But now?
Yep, lives.
Oh, that was a different countdown. Anyways, welcome back everybody to another D&D stream here at the CBG.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yes. I guess we'll go ahead and jump right into what happened previously. As far as our adventures go, they successfully made their way into the town of Kresk, where they met with the Burgermeister for a little bit, scared him off with a decapitated head, and decided to go and check out what's all this about the Abbey. They go up to the Abbey and discover that it is occupied by not only someone who simply calls himself the abbot, but is also occupied by a number of things, creatures, people, whatever you want to call them, that are these mutations of people with parts of other animals. Not necessarily attached to them, but seems like they were either mutated or it grew or by some other means. Anyways, with a brief talk with the abbot seems to have his own plans to stop Strahd by offering him a bride of his own making, and who resembles a once long lost love that Strahd is currently looking for, and with some noticeable perceptions, has found that this particular creation looks an awful lot like Arena. With that knowledge, and with a certain party member kind of pushing the buttons of the abbot, have been kind of. They were also offered a job of sorts to find a wedding dress, for this bride. So, with that, you guys take your leave of the abbey and are currently outside its gates. It's still relatively early in the day. Now that you have some ideas of what you're going to do, what would you guys like to do?
Okay, so I think we decided that we were going to go down south. Well, we're going to go back to that town where we commissioned the pies.
Valaki.
Yeah,
And
Valaki, right?
yeah, a lot. Yep. And then potentially from there, figure out if we could find a wedding dressmaker, and then potentially go south from there
And
to see if we
another
can get one of the seeds.
thing that you may have not remembered was that the whole purpose of you going to the abbey was that you were to find someone, and found out that someone was actually what's her face?
Esmeralda.
Yes, Esmeralda, who you guys had already crossed paths with, but unbeknownst to you was actually someone you're supposed to be seeking out.
Yeah, we pissed her off on accident.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys seem to be doing that quite a bit.
Oh.
We have terrible
Yeah.
social skills.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could swing by the tower or whatever on our way back to Valaki, right?
Yeah, we probably should.
No offense, but I vote that we change the party voice. I think that maybe a certain somebody in the group is not necessarily good with people, and we should probably com- promote somebody else to be the speaker.
Well, I mean, if nobody wants to step up, I can do it. I'm not sure who it is you're referring to that's got bad social. But I mean, I can be the front man if you want.
Well, this is awkward, but uh, I guess if might as well pull this bandit off. I don't think you're good with people.
I'm great with people.
Uh,
I'm
Based on our interactions with people, you're pretty much 0 for like 6.
well, I'm not keeping track, but I'm not the guy that's gonna try to stop people from. I'm cool with stepping back and letting other people talk.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to happen.
And I can if things go rough, I can step in if need be. If you guys really need me
Ooh,
to step in.
yeah, a pitch hitter. I don't know if that's a good position for you either. Uh,
I could be a third string, no big deal.
uh, the fact that you're a string at all is kind of the issue, but we'll talk about it.
There's only four of us, so I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
well,
But yeah, so
it's
we'll
fine.
talk
Yeah,
about it.
no, I can step back. It's fine.
Maybe we should take turns and each, like, in the next 4 situations we come across and see who does the best, like interviews.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a fair way to do it. I
Yeah.
can I've been doing it apparently, and so I can step back and see who can do better than me. I don't see how I've been messing anything up. I don't. And he just mumbles and steps back.
What time of day is it? Are you
I mean, you guys woke up and the first thing you really did was just go straight to the Abbey. So it's still relatively early in the day. I'd say it's probably like 10, 11.
okay? So to the tower, I guess. See if we can catch Esmeralda. Ask her what she was doing at the Abbey and if she needs help with anything. Slash has a wedding dress.
Yeah, maybe she already owns one. Oh wait, we did blow our stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I. If we're gonna take turns talking to people, maybe I shouldn't go first if Esmeralda's the first stop.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Definitely blew her card out on accident.
Does she know it was you, though? We could tell her it was Caribou.
Well,
Could pin it up.
well, I
I
can be
mean,
the fall guy. It's okay.
now that's a roll.
I can yeah. I mean, I can be a fall guy. I don't mind.
Pardon,
I think we might have found the perfect role for you.
let's go see. Let's go find her first. We'll improvise.
We're
I
drinking
feel like
wine
our
out of the
plans
bottle.
don't go very well when we make them anyways, so let's just do it and see what happens.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I'm with that.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. That's been our MO so far. It's been working great.
It's not a good laugh to hear from a DM.
No, not at all.
I thought we were making progress on the story.
Well,
Okay. Well, anyway, you guys take a minute. You talk to yourselves, and you decide to push on. As you guys head back down into the town of Kresk, um, the gates that you came in are pretty visible, and you see that there's actually a rather decent gathering by the gates. You see a number of guards and commoners and stuff like that, all kind of circling around the gates.
does anything obviously look wrong? Like, is it like something like a dead body or like something like specifically wrong?
I would say that there does seem to be something happening. Eyes are kind of averted away from you towards the gate, so they're not like purposely. It doesn't look like it's a blockade or anything to prevent you from leaving. It just looks like there's a small event happening over there.
Should we check it
But
out?
because of the bodies that are there, it's hard to see from the distance unless you actually go up there.
Yeah, I mean, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna turn into a regular wolf one that try to be one that's kind of like inconspicuous,
You're
like
gonna
like a
turn into a
not a
wolf
dire wolf,
inside the town walls of a town
not a
that's
dire
been
wolf. Oh
attacked
yeah,
by.
yeah. I was trying to I was thinking more like a Balto kind of situation, like where it's like I'm a dog, but like with wolf stats kind of thing.
um, I mean, you can certainly do whatever you want, but just with your natural intelligence to yourself, you know that wolves in general are not a very good thing in these
Okay,
parts. They're
yeah,
definitely associated with bad things, whether or not that is a good wolf or a bad wolf.
fair. I think I'll resist the urge. You know, this might get me into the bad charisma status.
All right, so which one of us is gonna go talk to the group of people and find out what's up? Who's first up to bat?
Should we all go in case there's some sort of altercation or something?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but who's gonna do the talking? Like, we're gonna trial and error to see who's the best.
What about you? You've got
Uh,
wings. You could fly up above everybody and see what's happening. Then you won't even need to ask anybody, though. That defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
Robert, that sort of knowledge makes me feel like you're the person to to have the conversation. These sort of ideas are quick.
Fair enough. You know, I'm on a roll today, and proud. Just excuse me. What's going on over here? What is that?
All right. As you approach this small gathering, you start to see pick up some more details, and you'll actually start hearing more conversations and stuff like that. From the commoners are kind of encircling this area. You do hear a lot of like hush talks and stuff like that. But as you get closer, you hear a familiar voice. It's the voice of the Burgermeister. Seems to be in a kind of not a angry voice, but kind of like an argumentative type of tone, talking with someone else. Um, and when you got to push up and you kind of get the see the what's going on, you do see a female person who's kind of dressed in the same colors and styles as the Burgermeister. You could kind of get that maybe this is the Burgermeister's wife or something of that nature. She is being flanked by two guards and a handful of commoners. And what you gather from the conversation is that um, the wife is uh, insisting on leaving and heading towards the town of Valaki, whereas the Burgermeister is very hesitant about it. Um, but because of all the people and around, it's kind of hard to get real close ears on the conversation to pick out any real details.
Do we all hear this? I'm assuming, or did I just approach alone?
We stayed pretty close
I
behind
would
you.
have went up with
Yeah.
you.
Okay. I mean, is this? Do
Put
we
up.
need to involve ourselves in this? We could offer to escort her, right? So,
Yeah, I'm totally open to that.
Seems like a win-win, and maybe we can get a boon with the Burgermeister.
Totally. All right, face.
is there any way for me to force my way through the crowd towards
Oh
them?
yeah, yeah. It's not like a huge mob or anything. It's just like like maybe a handful, maybe
Aren't you a
10,
big ass bear
12.
robot? You
I
can muscle
mean,
your way through that crowd easy.
Yeah, but
I
you
there.
can easily either muscle your way through or find a relatively easy path to get through and towards the Burgermeister.
So I will. I'll just push my way through and get like pretty much see if I can get right up to them, and I'll be like, um, "Excuse me, I have a solution to your problem."
It's very robot-like.
The robot who asked for a jar to hold a head in.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you're still carrying Kazan in his new transparent jar.
Oh, I mean, I put him in my
Oh, okay, so you just kind of have to.
carrying bag or something. The idea is so I can have my weapon and my shield at the same time.
But the Burgermeister kind of looks at you, recognizes you, and is, you see that kind of quick spark of fear as he remembers you are the one with the severed head. But he kind of is. He kind of suppresses that for a moment and like kind of looks at you with somewhat confusion, like, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna kind of try and like puff up my chest like I've seen Karabar do. And I'm gonna try and speak a little bit more eloquently than normal and I'll be like, me and my companions are also traveling in the direction of Valaki. We are willing to accompany you and provide protection so that this beautiful woman does not end up with her head in a jar in somebody's bag somewhere.
Ooh, nice.
um Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Hell yeah.
16.
16, not bad.
Nice.
He takes those words and he processes them, and he kind of looks at his own like town's guards, even though they've lived in a very highly fortified area, and his troops are nothing to sneeze at. But he knows that 2 guards isn't really going to do much, as if Strahd really wants to, make an example of this troop. So he goes, you know what? That is a excellent idea. Um, Please, if you would escort uh, my my wife Anna here to Valaki, I would definitely be most appreciative. And in fact, if you can help her with her her quest, that would even be even better. We are definitely in dire needs of this item that we're looking for.
Of course, dear Anna, and I'm gonna bow.
I look over at Falco. Mm-hmm.
What quest do you get our assistance in today?
I, I imagine that your bow is like literally hinges at the hips.
Right? And it's like very robotic too.
Oh yeah.
um, but he goes to speak, but his wife kind of steps forward and takes the lead here for a second. It's like, where I'm sure you've talked to uh, the abbot already, and the abbot it needs a wedding gown for a certain uh, thing that he has to help with the issue with Strahd. And unfortunately, our own town doesn't have the right materials or the specialized hands that would create such a gown. So we're looking to go to the town of Valaki and see if maybe we can procure one there.
I'm gonna turn back to the group in a way that I think is subtle, but is very not subtle. I'm gonna like and wink and be like, "Yeah, of course, yes. We did speak to the abbot about this venture. We would be glad to escort you to Valaki. This is a noble venture indeed."
All right. And they kind of like, look at each other and look to you, and just there's this, kind of awkward silence in between all this. But Like, very well. If you're ready, we can leave now.
Yes, actually, we were just on our way out, so uh,
Perfect timing.
after you, I suppose. Just gesture towards.
So, yeah, like people start to not necessarily disperse, but give room and stuff like that. The moment later, the town gates open up, and you guys are on your way. So it's the party, the burgomaster's wife Anna, and you have two town guards and four commoners that are
How far
and
to?
a mule.
Well,
We don't have a cart though.
No cart.
Okay.
No, the mule is basically the pack mule. It has some goods and stuff like that for trade that they might be able to use to barter for a thing, but no cart or anything else like that. They're not really carrying
Gotcha.
anything massive that would require a cart. So,
How far to Valaki?
Valaki, since you're leaving now, you can probably get there by nightfall.
Okay.
Valaki by nightfall.
Yeah. Like you probably like if you don't like take any deviations, you'd probably get there at sunset. But anything if you
Yeah, we're gonna stop
um
by the tower, right?
if you planning that, like if you stop by the tower depending on how long you stay by the tower and then leave for Valaki, you probably get there after dark.
Um, and about how far into the trip is the tower? Like, is it like halfway through, or is it like in the beginning half, second half?
The actual tower is probably less than halfway there, just less than halfway. Um, and then it's just a short detour off the road. But depending on how long you stay there to talk to Esmeralda and stuff like that, and that's if Anna wishes to accompany you there. Um, she might. You'll have to talk to her about that.
Hmm.
Okay. Can I kind of pull the group aside a little bit to have like a little private huddle a little bit?
Sidebar, right?
Um, yeah, a little sidebar. Uh, I look at the group and say, you know, between myself and Leek, we could be very fast if we need to be. Maybe there's a world where we sprint ahead to get to the Anna's tower, uh, Esmeralda's tower, and have a conversation with her, or sorry, Kazan's tower, and have a conversation with her before you show up, so that we don't have to waste the day communicating. We can kind of split the party, and the fast people go forward, and then you guys guard the caravan behind. If something happens, I have some sort of healing capabilities that could potentially help.
If something happens, you guys run back to us so we can protect you.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But I'm just saying, if worst case scenario, I can bring some healing to the situation.
Well, you know what they say
Very point.
about splitting the party. It's a great way to
Always do
get
it.
stuff done efficiently and multiple things. Yeah, it's not a good saying.
I mean, if you don't want to do it, we don't have to do it. But I'm just I know that we can move very fast if we need to.
I mean, I suppose that risk is yours to take,
What?
but no fighting unnecessarily. And we'll look at Leak again.
I will push that. I will second that notion.
But what if we just quickly run it by Anna whether or not she's cool with us stopping by for a quick to do with this person, and then we can decide whether or not we split the party.
Hmm, fair. I just wanted to clear it first with us before we're on the same page before we talk to the client.
Okay. Who's gonna talk to Anna?
I mean, Robert, you've been doing pretty good so far. I mean, honestly, much better than our previous face guy.
Who is
But I
this?
feel like I mean we gotta let everyone try, right?
That is fair. Okay. I guess
It's your idea.
I'll try. Yeah,
I do.
yeah, yeah. It is my idea. Okay. And you see me like very like uncomfortably kind of just like approach this woman. So, we've been talking, and you seem great, but you don't seem fast. And we already were going to go to Valaki before we found out you were going as well, and it's cool that we can all go together. However, we have something to do in the meantime and on the way there. So, if it's okay with you, we can make a detour on the way there. If not, it's all good. We can figure it out on our own. But yeah, so that's the question.
All right, go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
And I'm using a lot of hands and stuff too. Just persuasion. Okay, wow, 16. That's ironic.
16. All right. Even through your like kind of like social anxiety ramblings, she kind of gets the idea of what you're trying to say. She takes a moment to think, and she goes, "Well, we don't really have a whole lot of time. I would really like to get to Valaki before nightfall, if because if we're out on the road when it's dark, there's a higher chance that you know things will leak out and attack us. Uh, Anything beyond those walls is definitely uh, not friendly. And even though we have security in you two or you guys, really rather try to get there without any confrontations. But this detour, how long do you think this detour would last, and how far is it?
Mm, no more than so DM question, I guess. Realistically, how long do I think it would take? You know, we've been there before.
As far as like travel time, it won't. It probably add maybe an hour or two to your actual route. But
Hmm.
as far as how long it's going to take for you to converse with Esmeralda and do what you need to do there, you have no idea. It could be quick, could take a lot while.
Mm, no more than 2.5 hours. I know that that can be jarring, and we can head it we can head ahead if we need to, but you know if we head ahead, then there's less people to protect. There's a world where we could potentially camp where we're at in a tower of some kind. I don't know if it's allowed per se, but who's to say that um, uh, so yeah, yeah.
She seems a little bit more confused than before, but she kind of says, "Well, if it's only a couple hours more, I believe it would be okay. But um, I guess as thanks for escorting us, we can abide this one favor. But please, just try to make it as quick as possible.
Understood, and we will appreciate your candor, your lordliness, your burgerness. I don't. I just turn around and walk away.
Right.
Whenever he comes back to the group, Karabar's looking at him with his hands on his hips, like, "Oh, great job! Yeah, good job, man. Yeah."
Mechanically, it was. But yeah, that's all I
All
got.
right. All right. So with
Hey,
all that out of the way, you guys go ahead and start making your way down the road and off to your way towards Kazan's tower. So you
Yeah,
guys go
obviously,
ahead
I'm
and
keeping an
start
eye out.
traveling. Yeah. Um, it's still relatively early. You start heading into the heavily forested area of this path. Um, and not too far from that, you take the turn down towards um, Kazan's tower. Um, guys, go ahead and reach the tower. Um, Anna's party kind of waits for you, just kind of like near the tower, kind of like on the road that is separates the mainland from the tower, and is just kind of waiting for you to do your business.
I go up to the tower and do the dance.
Very well. You go ahead and do the dance, and everybody sees the dance, and especially Honest Party just kind of like look at you. A couple people laugh and just like look at you in strangeness. But as soon as you finish the dance, the door opens, and those faces of bewilderment just kind of turn into more bewilderment, I guess. um, so who was all going into the tower? Is everyone going in, or?
I'll stay
I
back with
say,
the
should we
party.
leave back
With
with
Anna, I mean.
them? Yeah. Is there any sign on the outside that Esmeralda's like still here, by the way?
As far as you can see, I mean, nothing's really changed. I mean, some of the debris where her uh, camper blew up seems a little bit more cleaned up. Like maybe she went out there to see if there's anything to salvage. But as far as any kind of indication that she's still here or inside the tower, you don't really see anything.
I feel like two of us should stay out here and two of us should go inside.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I think the
either me
flyer should definitely go inside.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can get up and down the tower pretty easy. Plus, me and Karabar still need to talk to see who's the best party face.
Mm,
So I'm
that's
guessing me and Karabar.
sure. Okay.
Okay?
Let's
Yeah.
go just put it out there. I have the ability to climb, so I could like just like walk up the side of the wall if I needed to. Just if assuming that if the elevator works, cool. If not, I could just walk. So let's put it out there.
That's a fair point.
I can't do any of that, so I'll definitely stay out here.
I
Oh
can
yeah.
stay out here instead. Yeah.
We're-
I mean, as far as like testing me, you've already heard Karabar talk plenty, so it's really all leak now.
Yeah, I'm just backing you up.
Okay, yeah. So me and shit, I'm drawing a blank. Don't give me a second. Me and Falco.
You
All right,
got
so
it.
you guys enter into the tower, and at the bottom there, you don't see Esmeralda. You still see the statues that are facing the lift. Lift is still there. Um, Nothing seems to have changed that much.
Uh,
That's
Yeah, I was just supposed to say, like, let's call for a name. Yeah, perfect.
So you go ahead and yell out for her.
Yeah.
All right.
You in here? Hello. Hello. Hello.
All the statues look at you.
Oh shit.
Okay, so you yell out and whatnot, and you give a moment, and then a moment later, you see that the elevator from the bottoms lifts up, and then a few moments later, you start to see her come down on the elevator. It reaches the bottom. Recognizes you two. And says, what are you two doing here?
Quite an upgrade from the cart, isn't it?
I would still like to have my cart.
Esmeralda, right?
Yes.
I don't know if we've ever really been properly introduced. I'm Leek.
Familiar. I think you might have introduced yourself.
So here's the thing. Uh, I don't remember if we told you or not about our quest from the Vishtani.
It was kind of brought up. I know that you have talked to Madame Eva and you had some prophecies given to you and you were looking for them.
I think one of the prophecies was we were supposed to find you, and you would help us on our path to defeating Strahd.
That's so.
As far as I'm aware, we were supposed to go to the Abbey in Kresk, and we found out you were there.
Ah. I was there for a time. Um, I was looking for more information about Strahd and went to the Abbey. The abbot there was not very. Wasn't
Creepy as
really.
hell.
Yeah, in a sense. But I was going to wait there for time because since he was making this thing for Strahd, I was going to wait there. So that if Strahd were to visit to claim this bride, I can get the upper hand on him. Um, but considering that the abbot still needed quite a bit of things to go to get his plans ready, um, I felt like it would take too much time. So I left.
Do you feel like you could beat Strahd in a fight?
I mean, I've already encountered him once, and he is way beyond my capabilities for now. I must train more.
You're pretty strong.
Not strong enough to defeat Strahd by myself.
You want to fight?
Not particularly.
Okay, worth a shot. Um, are we supposed to train you and you help us? Is that what the prophecy's pointing at here?
I have no idea.
Would
Prophecy is supposed to be meant for you, not for me. Whatever you think that the prophecy is supposed to guide, that's what your will is.
prophecy set in stone? Was I supposed to destroy your home?
I certainly hope not, but I mean,
I would force you to travel, ergo travel with us, since we have the same goal.
could easily still travel together with my cart.
Okay, what if I will help you find a new cart if you want to help us defeat Strahd. I'm
I
not sure
mean,
exactly what the details are yet, but I feel like we're supposed to help each other.
a new cart would be fine, but it's not going to replace all the things that I had inside of it. All my equipment, all my things that I needed to help me equip myself to destroy this monstrosity is gone because you guys were too curious to let things lie.
So you're searching for a new equipment, right, Strahd? Is that how you're going to get stronger and defeat him?
I do need certain things. I do need certain supplies and equipment and time to to help me defeat this thing.
We recently resupplied Kresk with their supply of wine, or their wine supplier. We're sort of the heroes over there. If you're part of our group, I'm sure Kresk would help you out, supply you with whatever you need.
But Kresk has barely any supplies. They have supplies to just keep themselves alive. They don't have any. They don't have things that like tools and weaponry to supply us to help defeat this thing. Do you even know what you're doing? Do you even know what Strahd is, what he's capable of, what you need to even lay a finger on him?
I'm going to turn to Falco with a look like, help.
I,
Clearly
I
flaming.
mind to mind tell you say that we're going to what's the city in Vanador? What's it called?
Valaki.
Valaki.
Vanador.
Sorry,
What the fuck is
I don't know
Vanador?
where I got that from. Anyway, let's go. I'll be like, tell her we're going to Valaki, and maybe we can pay for her resupplies there.
Yeah, I'll relay exactly that. Okay, we're escorting the Burgermeister's wife from Kresk to Valaki because they're looking for a wedding dress to give to the abbot's creation to give to Strahd,
Just finished.
and I will buy you new supplies in Valaki.
She stands there in silence for a second, kind of like pondering this action. Well, you're able to get this dress for the abbot that would bring him closer to finishing his goal, to luring Strahd to the abbey, which we can probably lay a trap for him there.
But we were thinking we wanted to put a bomb in the wife that he made.
Oh yeah.
She looks at you with
You made a
absolute.
bomb in your cart.
Oh.
If you could put one of those in the wife, that's why we were supposed to find you. I'm connecting the pieces. I got this.
She just like gives you this like look of like, is this guy a moron?
A mile away from the house, you just crash into a tree. Just like, well.
She kind of shakes it off and dismisses the notion, and she's just like, look, obviously I have nothing left here uh to keep me going, and so I will take up your offer of going to Valaki and having you repay me for all the things destroyed that you cost me. Um, and I will also help you in this endeavor to find this dress so that way we may, in hopes, lure Strahd into a false sense of security and maybe lay a trap.
And awesome. Thank you so much. Real quick, what would you say is the monetary value of the things I blew up? And I start looking through my gold bag.
And
I
it's like,
give you a
well, not
mental,
everything
uh-oh.
can be replaced. There were some personal effects in there and things that were beyond a value, but let's say I'll let you know when I see
Okay.
it.
We got a whole group waiting right outside the tower, ready to go.
So you guys finish up the conversation, and she goes and goes back up to gather a few more things of her kit, and then she comes back down, and she joins your group in this sort of alliance that you've made.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You guys, I killed it. I'm such
It
a
was
face.
pretty great.
Esmeralda joins our party. All right.
It was a very
Uh,
slight help for me, but you pretty much killed it. I think you're the face.
This is unrelated entirely, but I just remembered. Did we slept at Crest before we left, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
I
took
think
a
we
long
camped
rest at
out.
Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the staff we found at the winery?
That's right.
Oh, so okay, so yeah. With that, you went and you took a look at that while you were resting.
Sorry, I just remembered that.
No, 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 yeah.
Good
Um,
catch.
duplicate. Bring that back up.
Yeah, if it's a druid staff, I'll be like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm for sure, almost for sure, gonna end up giving it to Falco,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's just like +1 staff or something.
Yeah, right.
So
It's like, oh,
the staff, you find out the name of the staff is Gulthias staff.
What?
Cool.
Gulthias. Gulthias staff.
Oh, this is like a whole thing. Guys, please. Gulthias staff is a
was the guy we
spongy
killed
black link
named
of wood.
Gulthias?
It makes it visibly uncomfortable while within 30 feet of it. The staff is ashes. Oh, oh.
Oh no, that sounds terrible.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
All right, now I have to see it.
Fuck. Yeah, you guys looking it up too? Or you want me to read it out loud?
I'm reading
Like,
it
I'm
as
looking
well.
it up too.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, you can read it out loud for sure.
Made from the branch of the Goliath tree. See Blight's entry in the Monster Manual. A Goliath staff is a spongy black length of wood. Its evil makes beasts visibly uncomfortable while within 30 feet of it. The staff has 10 charges and regains 1d6 plus 4 of its expended charges daily at dusk, which is interesting. Normally it's at dawn. If the staff is broken or burned to ashes, its wood releases a terrible, inhuman scream that can be heard out to a range of 300 feet. All blights that can hear the scream immediately wither and die. Vampiric Strike. The staff can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff. On hit, it deals damage as a normal quarterstaff, and you can expend 1 charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the damage dealt by the
Oh
weapon.
my god.
Each time a charge is spent, red blood oozes from the staff's pores, and you must succeed on a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw or be afflicted with short-term madness.
Oh my god.
While you are attuned to the staff, blights and other evil plant creatures don't regard you as hostile unless you harm them.
Oh my god.
Gotta look up what madness is.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
madness table's awesome.
Madness is otherwise stable mind. Certain spells, such as blah blah blah, can cause insanity, and you can use the madness rules here instead of blah 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 blah. Diseases, poisons, and planars effects, such as psychic wind or some artifacts. Madness effects. There we go. Short-term, long-term, or indefinite. Most relatively mundane effects oppose short-term madness, which lasts just a few minutes. More horrific events. A character afflicted with short-term madness is subject to an effect from the short-term madness table for 1d10 minutes. Oh yeah, and you roll a d100, and it's a handful of stuff.
Yep.
Oh, you can become paralyzed. You can become incapacitated, frightened, begins babbling, and is incapable of normal speech or spell casting. Must use her action each round to attack the nearest creature. Experience hallucinations and gives you disadvantage on ability checks. Yeah, it's like a whole thing that fucks
Wow,
with you.
that is fucking insane. There's some cool ones.
Uh, I'm feeling like I'm gonna keep it and use it just because I don't want our druid to not be able to cast spells if he uses it.
Mm.
That is fair. Um,
Then again, he could heal himself with it if need be, but I could do that too.
Yeah, you're
That's
up
a tough
against some
one
shit.
on that first.
yeah, I will say, and I have a pretty high wisdom save. Like, I would have to roll a 4 or lower for it to affect me. So
Mm,
it's like,
that's
on
fair.
one
Mine,
hand, yeah,
Makes
yeah, mine's +3, so that's what 9 or lower, or 8 or lower for it to
yeah,
work.
much more.
It also makes beasts visibly uncomfortable. So if you ever try to talk to a beast, which is everything other than like monsters,
True.
Yeah.
True. So
Maybe
maybe
that's
you
just
should have
something we hold in
a power bar.
No,
yeah.
I'm not really a staff guy.
Maybe that's something we hold in the back pocket and like snap it over your knee if we ever fight like 40 blights
Oh,
again.
that would have been so useful in that 30 blight thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just hold it in my back pocket for now.
Yeah.
We just break his. We're just bullies. We just go over and kill him, break his staff, and don't even know what it does. We just break his shit.
Poor Leek, man. He's been possessed. He's already mad for pies. He's gonna get driven mad by a staff. He's having a rough
Yeah,
time in
yeah. Your brain's already quasi mush. Um, I don't know. You want to rock paper scissors over it? Because I'm willing to let you have it if you want it. Like it's not like a super big deal. My only thing is because it does give you a plus to hit, so it's like you know. Well, actually, but it does give you healing, and you don't have any healing on your own.
It
Yeah,
has
exactly.
10 charges. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, maybe you should keep it and like use your fist, but then if you need to like get some healing, use the staff and like roll the
Mm,
dice.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense to
Uh,
me.
Okay.
I also have lesser restoration, so I can get rid of your madness.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, that's kind of a good combo. So, so in game, you pick it up, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm just looking like, uh, okay. I mentally communicate with Barrett like, do we think this is a good idea? This guy seems so stable already.
All right, I guess it's off to Valaki.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys
No, for sure.
definitely you guys regrouped with the party, and now you have yourselves a sizable little party.
Hell yeah.
And you guys go ahead and continue your trek towards Valaki. And you figure now this whole exchange didn't take very long. You should still be able to reach the gates by nightfall.
Sweet.
All right. So then, dun. You guys go ahead and reach the western gates of the town of Valaki. The sky is uh, definitely darkening. You see that the clouds are kind of like turning shades of like red and orange and stuff like that as the sun sets. um, you come up to the gates and you see the guards there. Some couple of them recognize you and stuff like that. Know that you're not a threat, and let you guys into the town.
Uh,
So
could I have talked to Esmeralda as we're entering town, and
sure.
because I remember the abbot mentioned that you were looking for Van Richten, and I remember we talked about it briefly after we blew up your
Mm.
cart. Do you have any leads on Van Richten? Do you have any idea where he could possibly be? Because he might be a great ally in this fight against Strahd.
Um.
I do this whenever no one else is looking, so they don't try to stop me.
Oh yeah, I'd say you guys are like in the back of the party,
I just get the
like
chills somewhere
chill.
in the group.
Um. Give me 1 second.
No worries.
Feels as though 1,000 voices screamed out at once. Vanished.
uh,
Stop.
she like and when you mention the name, you can kind of see that it, it's affected her in a way, and but she nods and is like, I know he's in the area. I don't know where exactly he is. I have been searching for him, but I feel like I need to take care of Strahd in a way to kind to prove myself to him. He is my mentor, but he's much more than that to me.
Ooh.
What is he? Is he like your dad?
In a sense.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Well, yeah,
What is
we'll keep
D
an eye out for him as
Zaddy?
well because we also are looking for him simply because we need sort of inside information, similar to why we needed you for the defeat of Strahd.
Yes, his advice would definitely be of much help.
Okay, yeah, we can enter the town now.
And you guys do. You guys enter in the town. Um, with the current state of things, like as like it's getting dark, a lot of like the places are either closing down or getting ready to close down. Um, uh,
Do you have somewhere to stay, Anna?
Anna kind of looks around. Well, I guess we'll just take shelter in the local inn till the morning, where then we can start our task.
Oh, oh, so you assume that this town has an inn? Interesting, because
Doesn't it?
your town does not.
Oh,
And I've been wondering about that for a while. Why do you not have an inn?
Because we don't receive visitors. Valaki is known to be the central trading hub of all of Barovia. Things come in and out of Valaki fairly often.
Yes, it seems like a lot of your guys' problems in this land are kind of self-inflicted, right? Have you ever thought that maybe no one comes to the town because there's no place for people to stay when they get to the town?
They also keep the town closed on purpose to keep things out. It's
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
factor of not you don't like. She kind of gets frustrated with the fact like you have not lived here long enough to understand the trials of Barovia. There's a lot more going on here than you actually realize. If you lived here for 10, 15, 20 years, the, you will understand why everybody is so protective of their needs and wants.
Hmm. Okay, okay. I'll take that at face value. Very skeptical, but I'll take it at face value.
Karabar slaps a hand on Leek's shoulder. Should we check our pies or?
100%.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this.
yeah. I'm gonna rapidly walk ahead of the party and towards the inn with Leek.
All right. So the whole collective kind of goes towards the inn, and uh, you guys get there, and to kind of make like a long story short, everything's kind of like situated as far as like rooms and stuff like that.
Right.
Um, but you go and you inquire about your pies. You do not see the gentleman that you talked to. He's not there. You go and you inquire to the tavern keeper, and he goes,
Oh,
I
thanks,
haven't
thanks
actually
for.
seen that guy in several days, actually. Ever since you talked to him, he hasn't come back.
Probably not good.
Yeah, yeah. Zachy D's here.
Uh, when we first walk into the room, like before we even like start talking to him, can I mentally communicate with him and say like, this is the Dragonborn Falco you spoke to before. Please don't mention the Raven that I sent you previously. We'll discuss it after the fact.
He just kind of like nods to himself, I guess.
Mhm.
Matthew McConaughey style.
Yep, Chris is here too.
Oh,
Hey, what's going on, guys?
yeah.
Welcome to the channel. We're just playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Thanks for the follow, Squirrely Dan.
Do we
Uh,
get what?
who else we got here?
I feel exposed.
Dank30,
Oh yeah.
Squirrely Dan, appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you.
Austin and Matt, what's up?
Wow. Are we cool now?
Well, I am.
So, we sent that dude to his death, didn't we?
Or maybe he just absconded with your pies.
No, he would have kept the money, not the pies, for sure, right?
Maybe
Mm,
he wasn't on. You're assuming a lot. Maybe he was honest and went to go get your pies and was feeling real hungry on the way back and just had a little taste and went crazy like you two did.
You do not go crazy from eating the pies. Your mind awakens, and you understand how delicious things can really be.
Okay, then maybe he's out there awakened right now. Why you always gotta assume they're dead?
He's probably spending all of our money on pies. He is eating all of that
I,
woman's pies, and we're not going
Well,
to have any.
not
again,
that money you
I
sent him
I
was
look
spent
in
on
this lady's
pies.
eyes and saw the literal embodiment of evil. So it's, it's not
All I'm
not go
taking away
past
from
that
this
part.
is we got to go back to the witch.
I mean,
Okay, well, we'll
He
eventually
called
make
her a
our way
witch.
back
I've been waiting like all week to go back to see that witch.
all week.
Ever since we stopped by the witch's house in the first place, I've been wanting to go back. You guys keep saying we'll go, we'll go, we'll go.
is
Yeah, eventually.
is Anna still here with us?
Oh well, she's
Us
in the
together,
same room,
crackheads.
but she's not like sitting like with you like in your conversation, unless you want her to be.
Well, I'm very invested in the pies. As much as I was trying to put my faith ahead of it, Karabar's going to walk up to Anna and say, out of curiosity, how long were you planning on staying in town?
Until we can get our uh, the the dress. As soon as we have the dress in hand, we're going back to Kresk.
Okay. Okay. And then I'll just immediately turn back around and go back to the group. Okay, so depending on how long it takes to find a dress, we may have enough time to go swing by the witch, grab some pies, and come back before, before Anna leaves, and we can escort her back.
Okay, well, a couple questions. One, DM.
Mm-hmm.
What a wedding dress? Can you like buy it off the rack, or do they have to wait for it to be made?
You'll have to
Ooh, good
find a
point.
store. You have to find like either a tailor or a store that sells one, then find out.
Fair enough. Another
The
question.
Burgermeister's wife is actually trying them all on.
Oh yeah, we never agreed to escort her back. Technically,
We also
You gotta
never
pay
really
for
talked
that.
about payment.
Well, the first one was a favor. The
Oh,
second one's business.
okay.
you know.
It's a good business model. Well, since our pies aren't
Also,
here,
also remember that the dress was also the deal was also offered to you guys.
It's true.
So
We have it.
if Anna delivers it alone, then the prize for you guys might be null and void.
mm.
This is a classic double dip right here.
Well, the prize is killing Strahd, so I think regardless of who delivers the dress, we'll be okay.
If
I mean,
Anna
I
pays
feel
time for the
like
town and then we deliver the dress. Classic double dip.
I really don't like that habit.
Yeah,
He
we get
was a
rewarded
fine guy,
twice.
just a little freaky.
So, guys, we're here. I wanted to get to the bottom of this face of the group thing. What do we think? How does everyone feel about how they did today? I have some notes, just saying.
okay, what are your notes?
Terrible. It should be me, but it's okay.
I
What
mean,
do you
I
guys
think
think?
it's pretty good.
I mean, I don't know. I think Robert was kind of inspired. You know, like
Okay,
your
but
your robotic charm is so disarming. You know.
also consider Leek got a woman whose entire life he destroyed to join us.
That's a
That
fair
is
point.
true.
Pretty smooth.
That's a pretty
That
good
is
point.
true. That
Out
is
of
very.
character, but charisma is time.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out.
Yeah, definitely. We can make it better.
Let's go. Leak definitely has that fuckboy energy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ruin a girl's life and then and then still just be around. So
We
you know,
improved Karabar.
What's that?
Yeah, what are your notes?
Yeah,
Uh, well, I wasn't there for whenever he convinced the Esmeralda to join us, but
that's true.
it was a good. It was. I mean, the outcome was good, so that's okay. Let's see. Falco. He seems like he doesn't know what to do with his hands. Um, and also his just demeanor in talking to people is sort of terrible. Uh, let's see. Uh, Robert, you were good, from what I remember. I saw that at one point you actually emulated me, which is probably the best thing you could have done. But yeah, I'd say that I'm okay with Leek taking the lead, but that's I would have to see a little more evidence of his skills. Let's put it that way.
you just hit one of Falco's like deepest insecurities. What he does with his hands. In his previous world, he had like talons.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, so he's just like, what are these things? Like, how do you use these?
Thanks for the follow,
So,
Valerius Valerius. That is a great name.
I feel like out of character. There was another reason we were coming to Valaki, besides like this and the wedding dress, but I can't remember what it was.
Pies.
uh,
I mean,
to
besides
get
the
some
pies are
spell
just
components.
the campaign.
Oh.
There was another reason, huh?
Yeah,
To
but none
get
of
some
us.
spell components.
Yeah, you do need your gilded flower.
And my acorn with a what they call it animal fur on the inside. Very specific.
Aw.
Like we were gonna cut south to look for like the seeds, and we decided to go to Valaki straight instead and for the seeds. I can't remember why.
Oh, because we were gonna go south after Valaki to. There's one of the seeds down there. There's also I have it right here. There's also a castle, the old castle of the Order of the Silver Dragon, which we wanted to check out,
Mm-hmm.
which could potentially be the fortress inside of the fortress. And then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there was the seed that's a little further down south from that.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I already got my jar. That's all I wanted. You know.
Robert can just quit now. He's happy.
Yeah. I mean, Strahd is really like not my problem. So.
You actually think he might be a great governor?
If we're learning anything about Barovia, that their problems are their own, and Strahd's, I end up just trying to help out.
He's doing his best, which is why I think that I really don't want to. I'm sort of backtracking a little bit. Maybe the the bride thing is a good idea, you know, instead of rigging it to blow or using it as a trap. I think it might be a good idea to sort of appease him and get the party. What am I trying to say here? Get the entire of Barovia on his side. Am I
It's a
alone
hell
here?
of a way to finish the Curse of Strahd campaign.
Yeah, I mean,
Plan away from.
I'm just throwing that out there. I'm mulling it over still collecting
For
information.
his bridesmaids.
Okay, I guess we're getting some sleep for the night and then trying to find that dress in the morning.
Late, right?
Sounds like a plan.
All
Mhm.
right. So you guys go ahead into your respectful sleeping areas. And as you guys take your long rest, you guys level up to 5.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Not to take away from this momentous moment, but I did want to talk to the bartender once everyone kind of cleared out.
Yeah, that's no problem. Like, yeah, like you could probably wait till everybody goes to bed and it's like later at night where there's not very many patrons left, and you can approach the proprietor.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to him. I'm not sure if you were able to get my message, but I asked you if you could talk to the local blacksmith about a specific item to be forged. Were you able to get that message?
I mean, I received the message. We do have a respectable blacksmith in town. But for what? Well, like I think you only sent one item out in the message, right? I don't think you managed to send both.
Yeah, no, I think I don't actually remember. I think I sent just the acorn, or I don't remember which one it was actually, but let's, let's just say the acorn because that's the one that's at level 2 anyway. So um,
Anyways, he said the I mentioned what you wanted crafted, but he said that he would need the materials for that, and it would take some time to do. But depending on how big or small you wanted it, it may be something that he's not capable of doing. But I took the liberty to say, check in that we do have a decent jeweler here that might be able to do that for you.
mm, understood. Thank you so much. Do you have any ins with the jeweler? Anything like a friends and family discount or anything or?
I don't know anything about discount. I happen to know him. He comes to the tavern every now and then for a glass of wine, but I basically only know him by association. We're not
Mm.
close.
If I were to tell you that the w- the Wizard Winery is has been severely hindered in their ability to make wine, and I am in possession of some of the last bottles of wine they will be making all season.
Oh.
Do you think that that would maybe lower his prices?
Wouldn't hurt to try.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you. And I put one gold piece down on the counter just to for his time and his effort.
Sure. He slides it up, puts it in his bag.
All right, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Then now I'm going to bed. Other than that, I just had to talk to him about that real quick.
Is everyone ready, or you still need time to level up?
I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm good.
All
Ooh, I got a
right.
new cantrip. Oh hell yeah!
All right. So everything goes by. You wake up in the morning, and the day is ahead of you.
First things first. I'm gonna go. I wake up. I do my morning ritual early. My god blesses me with new spells and tells me the components and such. So I want to stop by the bartender, and I wanted to ask, excuse me, barkeep, uh, is there anywhere that I could potentially purchase diamonds worth give or take 300 gold?
Ooh, I mean, you can press your luck at the stockyards, but I highly doubt they would have anything that precious. Precious materials like that are very rare around here.
Where do you think I could potentially acquire them?
I have no idea.
Hmm. Uh, I look in my my corn bag, and a little moth flies out, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's for the best. And yeah, that's me. And I'll just wait for everyone else to come down.
Yeah, same. I'm up and at 'em and waiting for Anna to come down to see where we're gonna find that dress at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Anna is downstairs, kind of finishing up her morning meal, and is kind of ready and set to go find a dress.
So, where at in Valaki are you thinking of looking for this dress?
Well, I there is a just basically look for a tailor and see if they provide dresses, and if they don't have one, and see how fast they can make one.
This might seem like an odd question. What is the abbot giving you in exchange for the dress?
Uh,
Besides promising to somehow pull one over on Strahd with it.
she's ki- she doesn't speak right away, and she seems hesitant to say anything.
He's making
At
you a creature, isn't he?
first, and then she says, "Let's just say he's giving us back something precious."
Making a person for you?
No.
Insight check.
Are you there for that conversation, or?
No, I'm just talking shit.
Okay.
Is he bringing your dog back? I don't understand.
Pet cemetery up there, guys.
Uh, we'll just leave it at that. Not really comfortable speaking about it.
Who is downstairs with me? Just Karabar?
I mean, a few people are down there, but as far as your conversation, this is just between you and Anna. But if you want to bring someone along for the conversation, or if everyone else should be down there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably be down
Definitely
tomorrow.
moving up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I want to, say, okay, cool to Anna, but then, get the rest of the party together and talk to him.
Sure.
So, look, the abbot's promising something to them if he brings them a dress, but he promised stuff to us if we bring him the dress. I don't know if we can both bring him the dress and he'll just pay everybody out, you know? Should we block the door and go get the dress ourselves?
What was it that he offered us? Like a favor or something? What did he offer us?
It was resurrections. It was bringing people
That's
back from the dead.
right. That's right. Well,
Yeah,
on that note, my god has blessed me with some new spells. Actually, if we can perhaps pool together all collective money, everybody give in a little bit. Perhaps everyone give him equal amounts. We can afford to potentially get so that I can bring us back to life. I have been given that ability, assuming I can fork up the cash.
well, Anna was telling me he promised to bring something precious back for her. I assume somebody died, and he's going to resurrect them for them. Which leads me to believe he promised us 3 resurrections. So should I just tell the Anna that and say we'll use one of ours for them, and then we still have the 2 left over?
Why don't we just try and... Okay, hear me out. Leave Karabar behind, and the face of the group barter with the abbot to try and get us all our resurrection. Karabar's not there. He was nice to the rest of us.
Yeah, he gave you that jar.
Yeah, for free. Free jar.
I don't necessarily think that I should be there either, simply because I don't really like the abbot. So that plan checks out with me.
You didn't fire me. I quit.
Okay, that could work. Because I feel like the whole reason we were supposed to go to the Abbey was to meet Esmeralda, which we got to eventually, right? So maybe we don't need his resurrections?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, assuming I can get the materials, I also can resurrect.
I mean, we started our
Well-
adventure in Barovia in a place called Death House.
And we mostly all survived. 3 out of 4 made it out just fine.
Okay, but like, I feel like resurrection would be probably a good thing to have, considering you try to fight everyone.
What if the guy who resurrects needs to get resurrected?
True. Don't we need their body anyway? When Zerser died, he was just gone. Like there was nothing left.
Well, yeah, but what are the chances of one of us grabbing a mimic again?
Pretty high.
He grabbed him.
Not 0.
I have not learned anything.
What a fool.
I feel. Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? How much? Wait, did we ask how much of the body he needs? We were gonna get him to bring back a body for Kazan.
Yeah, no, we did ask. He said the body needs to be there because we were going to try to resurrect Zerser.
Didn't
But
he
he-
say if we get a body and attach the head to the body, then we can resurrect it?
Oh, that's easy. We can just make a body.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we killed poor Wildman earlier. I mean, if we find more Wildmen,
I think
that
Kazan
attack
could
us,
join our party.
yeah, we could have a. Then we could really be Nightbears featuring Kazan.
I mean, we already are, but you know.
Well,
Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm
would
gonna
never
talk
say
to
something so ignorant.
I'm going to find out if the Abbott's resurrecting somebody for her. And if so, we'll just use one of our resurrections so we still have the 2. Use one to revive Kazan.
And we'll have one in our pocket.
I think that's a good idea.
Cool. So win.
And it can be used for me since I can revive you guys. I'll take that squeak as a affirmation.
Anna!
She comes over to the group. Yes.
So the precious thing the Abbot promised you for bringing him a dress, he's bringing somebody back to life, right? Like, that's a fair assumption. That's what he offered us.
He made you the same offer.
He promised us 3 resurrections. How many did he promise you?
Just mentioned that he was able to bring back our son who died.
Oh, that's sad. In real life, Chris's heartstrings. Okay, well, like, how about, like, we'll still work together to get the dress, but if we bring it back, we'll use one of our 3 resurrections for your son. And then we have plans for one, and then we still have one in the back pocket that we still have.
And we just go for whoever dies first.
I mean, that's very generous, but the time is of the essence because we have to get the body to him while it's still fresh, I guess the term would be. If it's past 10 days, then he wouldn't be able to raise it.
When did your son die?
He died recently.
Not too
Shit.
long ago.
What happened?
Let me find that out.
And did it happen to be 9 days ago?
Yeah. If we dilly dally, maybe it won't matter. Maybe we should go get those pies.
I'm over here thinking, like, did it happen in one of those night raids? Like, the abbot sent one of his monsters to kill their son as a bartering chip, and you
Ooh.
guys are like, oh, he'll just die anyway.
I mean, yeah, beside my need for pies, like, we can just get this done real quick and then go back to what we were doing.
Does not say he died of mysterious reasons. He became ill and just passed.
Was it the lack of food variety in Barovia? Because we've been over this.
No, he just became ill with the sickness.
What kind of
Just drilling the DM for answers he doesn't currently have.
Obviously, one we
Curvy?
couldn't cure.
Were there any signs? Was he sick
Gout?
beforehand, or?
You can see like you guys like pushing this like thing is making her very distraught, and it's just like he just passed. It's still painful. It's very recent, and I wish to leave it be, please.
Okay, I mean, if we need to wait a week for the dress to be made, and it took us a day to get here, I don't know when your son passed, but,
That's why it's
we're
urgent to find a dress, and hopefully
math-wise.
one that's already pre-made.
Oh, I
Did
didn't
the
know that
abbot
was an
give you
option.
any kind of specifications for what he needed for the dress? Like, he said something fashionable to us.
Pretty much just something elegant and good enough for her and Strahd. No
You
real
think we know it when
specifics,
we see
but
it,
we
or
don't
is it
have
like,
any wedding gowns in Kresk, so we just basically see what Valaki has to offer first.
Well,
The abbot's from outside Kresk, right? Like he
He
wasn't
was. Yeah, he's not the
okay.
native there, no.
So he probably knows what a wedding dress looks like. We can't just show up with some cloth in a circle, call it good.
Yeah, I don't think he would appreciate us trying to swindle him.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
yeah. Let's go look for some wedding dresses.
Yeah.
yeah?
All right. Um, so you guys head out to town. Are you guys seeking as a group, or are you kind of like fanning out?
I was going to
I'm
set up
definitely
my
trying to
alms
fan out.
box.
So, okay, Karabar's gonna go play beggar.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the corner
Yeah.
with my alms box and light up my staff with my light spell and say, "Blessings for change, blessings for change."
I'm stopping by the jeweler.
Yeah. I'm sticking with Anna and the party and pointing out every building. You think that makes dresses? How about that one?
Okay, so Karabar is begging. We got Falco going to the. You're trying to find a jeweler?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'm assuming Leek and Robert are with Anna to go dress shopping. Okay. Um. Well, we'll start with Karabar. Go ahead and roll a performance check to see if you can
Oh, performance. I'm gonna go ahead and cast guidance on myself.
go for that.
Performance. Come on. Ah, a 6 plus. Come on. That's an 8.
An 8. Um, the best you could do is for the number of hours that you stood at the corner preaching all this stuff, the best you could come up with is a little kid who comes up and puts a half-eaten granola bar in your hat.
All right. I'll give him a blessing of a blessing of Saloon. I'll say, may Saloon guide your steps into the night and bring them to the new dawn. Thank you, my child.
He giggles and runs away. During that time, um, Falco, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can locate this jeweler.
Okay, cool. And I will also cast guidance.
Oh,
All
somebody picked up.
right.
Somebody's got new cantrips, y'all. Uh, perception, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And then plus a d4 would be 24.
24. Easily enough. You're able to basically just
Oh,
head
and real
out
quick,
and
the way my
yeah.
guidance looks for this specific one, you see me kind of close my eyes and you open them up, and they kind of look more like hawkish, like eagle, like bird like,
Hmm.
and I'm
Hmm.
kind of just looking more intensely to at stuff.
I'll add to that and say that with the roll that you did, you close them and you open them up, and basically you have a kind of like a spiritual like line kind of like guides you, like basically a waypoint shows up that leads you directly to the jewelers.
Ooh, yeah.
And so you follow that and you get to the jewelers, and it's a small shop. um it's one of the more kind of like splendiferent types of places here. um you enter in the shop, and it's small but quaint. There is a number of displays with different types of jewelry, rings, necklaces, pendants, and stuff like that there. um you see behind a counter uh there's a human male, kind of, skinny, scrawny, kind of older. um and he has like one of those zoomy monocles on his eye, and he kind of looks up from whatever he was doing. He's like, "Oh, hi, welcome. How can I help you?"
Um, I go to him and I kind of breathe in, breathe out, touch myself, and cast guidance, and say, "All right, here we go." And I go into my description. So I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. I'm actually looking for a very specific item. I have the material pieces for you to get started, but I need a acorn with a piece of feather on the inside, something that's valuable, so something that's worth like, let's say 200 gold worth of this material."
Sounds rather simplistic. You say you can provide the materials, correct?
Yes, I can.
Okay. How much of the materials are you producing? All of it, or just the material components? Are you providing the jewelry as well? The gems necessary?
Yeah. So I guess this is a DM question then. I have 330 gold. The item that I need is worth 200 gold.
Okay.
Um, how would I go about this? Like,
So, like in the description is and tell me the description of the item that you need again.
yeah. Sorry, give me 1 second to pull it up. Um, okay. A feather, tuft of fur, or fishtail inside a golden acorn worth at least 200 gold pieces.
Okay,
Or a
then yeah.
fish.
So, I'd say that yeah, you can provide the actual gold coin worth. Like you can supply 200 gold,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll melt that down into an acorn and then stuff whatever material component that you need inside there. But you'll also have to provide the labor costs on top of that, so it's probably gonna be like 200 plus, depending on what you guys agree upon.
Okay, cool. So yes, I can provide the material components. Yes, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Um,
Was there anything else he needed?
uh, I we're on such a good path. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull up the other one. Okay. Um, and I could also use a gilded flower if that's at all possible.
Gilded flower. I might be able to help you there. Any specific materials for that one?
It just needs to be worth at least 300 gold pieces.
I might be able to do something for you. Is there a time frame that you need these by?
The sooner the better.
Okay, okay. He goes and he brings out a ledger and he kind of goes through it and stuff like that. He's kind of thinking to himself and says, "Well, for the acorn is pretty straightforward enough. Um, if you provide the 200 gold's worth of materials, I'd say for the time and effort to put it together, I'd say we can call that one simple 250 gold. And then I can have that done by tomorrow evening."
Can I go to him and say that sounds fantastic? What do you how do you feel about 225 and the guarantee that I will use this to potentially rid your land of a evil of a great evil?
Roll a persuasion check.
Alright, cool. Can I use that guidance?
Does it? Sure. I'll say you can.
Yes. Yes. All right. Let's see. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna need it. Okay, that's gonna be a strong 10.
10. Um, you go ahead and give the with this kind of plea deal, and then you're like, he's thinking about it. 240.
I can live with that. Um, and I give him a 240.
All right. So he takes the 240 and he kind of separates the 200 for the materials. He puts that aside. He makes a note in his ledger. As far as the gilded flower, that one seems pretty delicate. And so if you can provide the 300 material cost, I can probably do that one for 375, and I can have that for you in 3-4 days.
Okay. So I don't have the material costs on me right now. That's something I'll have to acquire later. But let's just get started on the acorn for now, and we'll reconvene on the flower later.
Very well. I will go ahead and get started right away.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. What was your name?
Smith, Wilbur Smith.
Smith. A pleasure to meet you, Falco. And I give him like a strong Dragonborn handshake.
Yep. He returns it. It's very like delicate and weak.
Hmm.
But you can tell just by his thin frame that he's probably squeezing as hard as he can.
Hmm. Yes. So tomorrow evening, I'll definitely be back by then. Thank you very much. This is very helpful.
Of course, of course. And so he goes and he claims materials, and he As you start to leave, he goes and retreats to his back room to begin work. Um, while that's going on, Leek and Robert, you guys are kind of escorting on and around along with the guards and the commoners and stuff like that. You guys manage to find a tailor, and you head into the shop and stuff like that. There's plenty of like bolts of cloth and whatnot. You do see some like stands with some dresses and garments that are not super extravagant, but a lot of them's kind of like basic. There's a couple like things that look like more for like the higher like richer people that can afford and stuff like that. But anyways, you don't see any wedding gowns on display. You're able to track down the tailor, kind of a young human woman, and you're like, "How can I help you?" And Anna describes the dress that you're looking for, and says, "Well, we don't have any wedding dresses available. We can definitely, you know, manufacture one for you. We can probably do it for 50 gold, but it'll probably take about." Yeah, it's probably take about a couple of weeks to do with such fine materials, and uh, with the silks being in short supply, we probably have to source some, and it will take some time to make. And hearing that, you can kind of see Anna's face kind of go slump as
Yeah.
um, she kind of pleads with her, like, is there anything you can do? Is there any other place that you know that might have a dress and whatnot? Um, the shopkeeper kind of just like thinks, um, well, I mean, there is the the lady burgermeister here, or not lady burgermeister, who was
Burgermeister.
oh, uh, Baroness Lydia. She she has a oh yeah, it is the burgermeister's lady burgermeister. Um, she has a wedding dress that she keeps, very elegant, very. I can ask her and see if she might be willing to give or sell it to you.
Seems like the only option if it's going to take a couple weeks to make one.
Yeah, I mean, wedding dresses are they need to be elegant and made with specific materials, and there's a lot of measurements to be taking and making sure everything fits just perfectly. It's not something we can rush in a day.
Is that like a social norm, or is that like etched in stone somewhere? Like, could we start a new trend about cheap, fast weddings?
Well, if you're going to start a market trend, I mean, you can go ahead and start doing that. But as far as I mean, give me an intelligence check.
Leak is not smart. Oh, he's average. 14.
14. I mean, you can kind of get the idea of like what might go into making clothes, but I mean, you don't really know the complete logistics of like what goes into making fine clothing. Um, so you can it may or may not be like whether it's like a skill shortage or just material shortage or what, but you kind of get the idea that it might take more than a day or so to fashion something, and probably more for something that's more delicate and intricate.
Where can we find this Baroness Lydia?
Oh, she spends most of her days in the Burgermeister's manor.
I'm asking Robert and Anna now. Should we maybe go check with her ourselves, or just trust this person here at the tailor shop to do it for us?
I'm assuming that she meant for us to go speak with her. I don't think she's gonna go talk to her for us.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
What's your intelligence like?
Mine? 0. Cool. Set out that way.
Before we leave,
Yes.
I want to approach the tailor, and I'm still wearing like those nice clothes from the party that we went to in the very beginning.
Oh
They're
yeah.
real raggedy, and I kind of just want to gesture down and be like, "Can you maybe fix some of this? Is that possible?"
Yeah, that's no problem. We can probably make some adjustments and hem any cuts and things like that. Um, it'll take a number of hours if you don't mind staying here and posing while we make the measurements and adjustments.
I'll just turn to Laki and be like, I'll catch up with you guys later.
All right. Thought you looked fine, but okay.
I need to look better than fine make. I need to look superb.
And looks were that important to you.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm still wearing the fine clothes? It's the only clothing I own, first of all.
We really should have packed before we came to Barovia.
I specifically asked if this fancy cape matched my outfit.
That's right, you did.
Sure did.
Forgot about your fancy cape.
Let's fix my shit.
All right. So Robert is staying behind to get some stuff fixed and possibly made better. So yeah, so they kind of like take you to like like a little pedestal with some mirrors and stuff like that, and a number of people start coming around and start like taking measurements and putting pins into where like certain cuts and stuff like that have been made to kind of seal those up and doing the whole shebang and stuff like that. Leek and Anna, I mean, are you going straight to the Burgermeister's place?
Yes. Presumably.
You're the face anyway, you don't need me.
I should not be the face. I for sure have the lowest charisma.
Well, mine's +0. I don't have a very
Mine's,
big one either.
mine's -1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Jonathan muted?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah. Righty, let's see here.
I actually have a +1, but
Oh, okay. You're the most charismatic. I don't know. What's Robert's?
Oh, it's a big fat 0.
Yeah, you're the most charismatic, man.
that's disturbing.
Yeah, this is a very like story heavy campaign, and none of us built a charisma character.
You guys had all thought you'd be fighting vampires and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
but now you got all
For
this
sure.
talking and
Curse of Strahd, not talk about Strahd.
That's the curse, is that we have to talk.
Yeah, the curse.
That's so funny. That's so funny. That was really oh shit.
Okay, but yeah, we're going to the Burgermeister's house to talk to the Baroness.
all right, so you go and you head towards the mansion, and pretty soon you start seeing it. Says this mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away over from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. Since it's during the day, you do see a bunch of people coming and going through the mansion. A lot of them kind of you see a couple guards and stuff like that there. Um, and you see men and women arriving, carrying bundles of twigs, um, which are piled about the mansion's grand foyer. Um, and you see a bunch of people also like constructing something nearby. Almost looks like a giant ball of some sort made out of like wicker.
Okay.
Um, and
Gauge.
as you approach, you see a gentleman kind of like walk out of the mansion. um, a tall, wearing uh, red garments, um, uh, kind of like long white hair, and he just like comes out and says, "Yes, yes, all will be well. All will be well." And he kind of like praises this thing, and as he sees like everything being constructed.
I'm just gonna yell out to him. Hey,
Just
you yell out to him, and he just like he looks to you, and you are unfamiliar face, and he pretty much knows everyone in town. And he says, "New arrival. How can I be of assistance to you?"
don't worry, Anna. I'm sort of the face of this group. I got this. Hey, you're the Burgermeister, yeah?
Yes, I'm the. Well, I wouldn't say the Burgermeister. I call myself the Baron of Valaki.
What's the difference?
I guess there really isn't one, but still.
I respect it. Okay. I heard your wife Lydia, right?
Correct. Yes.
I heard she still has her wedding dress, and it might be the only one in town.
She definitely has a prized wedding dress. Very beautiful. Yes.
Surprised. Okay. It's gonna be a long shot. Can I have it?
Oh, why would you need a wedding dress?
Okay. You don't like Strahd, right? That's pretty much presumed. He's kind of encroaching on your power here.
Yes.
What if I were to tell you one simple prized wedding dress could foil Strahd's whole operation?
I'd call you a madman.
That's the kind of man needed to do this mission.
He kind of like looks at you, stupefied.
Why do I keep getting that reaction?
Because you're a fucking talking bird asking for a wedding dress.
And one that doesn't have wing holes either. So it's just
Yeah.
like, are you marrying a human? There's so many questions.
Oh, that's great.
All right, I'm starting to realize I'm not as good of a face as I thought for a minute. Anna, help me out.
Anna kind of steps forward and is like, um, "Please, Baron, we need the wedding dress. It's if we can have the wedding dress, it will help the town of Kresk. I can have my son back to me. It'll just be a great favor for us if you could do it. Kresk would be forever in your debt." And the Baron goes, "Kresk isn't any of our business. We have no. This is the dress belongs to us. There's no need for you to have this dress, and I'm not giving it to you."
What about loaning it? I don't think we need it forever.
That's still me giving it to you. No.
Oh, what if your wife disagreed? Where is Lydia?
That has no impertinence right now. And as he says that, you see a woman come out of the manor. Very elegant. Um, and she wears this overt smile, just this big grin on her face that is like someone who is smiling to hide away a lot of pain and agony. But
But yeah,
she comes over and is like, why is there so much anger over here? What's the matter here? And the Baron just like, it's none of your business, woman. Just get back into the house.
Jesus.
Like, no, I really want to see what's going on. And so she goes, they're looking, they want your wedding dress. It's like, oh, that thing, beautiful wedding dress. I mean, if it would do you well, you can have it. Like, no, they can't have it. It is your wedding dress.
right, it's
But
hers to
why?
give.
And so they're going back and forth having an argument about this wedding dress, and they kind of like forget that you're there, and they just kind of like argue back inside the mansion.
I'm gonna lean into Anna real quick. You want to just steal it?
Anna looks at you like, as much as I would probably would say yes, no. That would probably get us into more trouble than what is already happening.
So what's going on with all the wicker here, Baron and or Baroness?
Oh, they're gone.
Oh.
They argue themselves back into the mansion.
Why don't like what's the worst that could happen if we get caught? We don't come back to the Laki where they already don't have wedding dresses.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, y'all. I'm feeding
Okay.
fast.
Okay. No worries.
Okay.
That's fair, yeah.
We'll go ahead and pause it here with the dramatic
Yeah. Cliffhanger.
The dramatic
cliffhanger
dress.
of
Yeah.
how they're going to get this dress. So will they get the dress in time?
Find out next
Find out
time.
next week.
Find
Yeah.
out next time. But anyways, thank you everybody for coming, joining us this evening, watching our stream. Definitely give us a follow. You'll be notified next time we stream. Stay tuned to us this weekend where we do our normal gaming streams. We'll continue our Monster Hunter Rise series. And if you're feeling extra spicy, give us a sub if you like our stuff. And definitely check out our YouTube channel for all other D&D content that we've made so far, and for any future content that we'll be posting. With that said, thank you again, and have a good night.
Oh yeah. Thanks to all the new subs. Urs follows.